record. Okay. All right. So tonight we are talking about getting organized. And I feel like organization is so important in your business that it should be one of the vital behaviors. Because I feel like you can do all this other stuff. You can do the inviting and the posting and, you know, all the other stuff. But if you don't have like a plan or a method to your madness, you're going to end up just losing your mind. Okay. So there's kind of two things with organization. If you don't have organization in your business, you're either going to feel like there's not enough, you know, there's not enough people out there, or you don't have enough potential. You're going to kind of feel like, okay, like nothing's happening, you know, it's just not happening for me. Or you're going to end up on the other side where you feel like you have so much on your plate. You're so many people that you're helping. You have, you know, so many challengers now, and you have a team under you, and you're totally overwhelmed, and you just don't know what to do with all of it. And over the years, I've sat in both of those positions, and it took me a couple years until I really decided to stop and think about, okay, what do I actually need to sit down and do, and what's going to work for me? So what I'm going to share with you guys tonight is what I have found works for me. Some of the stuff might work for you, some of the stuff might not. But you can take what I give you, you can kind of tweak it to make it work for you and your business and your downline. Okay. So the first thing that, and now by the way, I'm probably not going to be able to cover every single area of organization, in 45 minutes. It's just not going to happen, but I'm going to try to give you guys like an overall gist of like what my organization looks like in my business, and how I stay afloat without feeling like I'm losing my mind. Because I mean, my downline now is like thousands of people. I don't talk to all those thousands of people, but I don't have an assistant. And even though I'm a stay-at-home mom, I have a pretty crazy schedule. So I can tell you guys right now that if I wouldn't have figured out what works for me and set up an organization, you know, type of thing for me to go back on, my business would fall apart and I would lose my mind, because you have to have something to make it work. Okay. So the first thing that you need to think about when it comes to your business and being organized is your power hour. Now, I had a really hard time with the power hour in the beginning, because I'm personally somebody who is like spontaneous. I don't like to sit around in my house. I don't love to sit in my office by myself. Like if my family's home, it's really hard for me to go put myself in my office and close the door and kind of shut out what they're doing. I'm more the type that if I'm home, my family's home, I want to be like in the area doing what they're doing. I like to just go get out of the house, go do stuff during the day. I'm not a big homebody. Like I get kind of antsy. So the thought of like putting myself in an office for an hour at a time instantly like made me feel like, I don't want to do this. So you guys got to kind of figure out what's going to work for you and your mindset. But I think what I figured out for me, I think the whole idea behind the power hour is to make sure that there's a certain schedule about your business, that you're not just waking up every day like, okay, I'll do, you know, I'll message those people when I get to it, or I'll check in with my challenge group, you know, whenever I get to it. Maybe I'll get my workout done tonight. Maybe I'll not. You have to have some type of schedule. You have to have some type of plan. Now, I kind of talked about this in my last call, but your schedule's kind of up to you. First, you have to decide, are you more of a hobby coach or are you more of a business coach? Yes, that's fine. Which, by the way, guys, I'm probably going to have interruptions every time we do these calls. My husband works at night and I have both kids here by myself. But you got to do what you got to do. So are you a hobby coach or are you more of a business coach? If you're a business coach and you really want to make this a business, which all of you that are on the call, you probably are a business coach. If you're sitting here on this call, you obviously want something from this business. You need to realize that you have to treat it like a business, okay? I think a lot of coaches kind of get discouraged when they put Beachbody, their Beachbody business into this like fantasy reality where, close that closet. Get out of there. Get out of there. Sorry. Got presents in the closet that they're opening. Anyways, so don't go back in that closet. There's breakable stuff in there. Totally just lost my train of thought. Sorry, guys. Should probably move those. Okay. So I think a lot of coaches get kind of like discouraged when they put their Beachbody business into this like false like reality. And I think they like kind of tell themselves it's always going to be butterflies and rainbows. Okay. When you first start coaching, it is super exciting. Okay. And throughout your coaching business, there's going to be things that you're super passionate about and things that you love about it. There's going to be things that are really exciting. There's going to be times where you're like, is this like really a business? Is this really bringing in like a full income for me? You know, it's kind of crazy. This is what I do for a living. But there's also going to be hard times, okay? And I kind of think of it like, you know, going to college or, you know, starting a new job where you have to do the training, okay? You have to invest in your Beachbody business and you have to accept that there's going to be times where it's not like super fun or it doesn't feel awesome. And it might feel like work sometimes. But in order to go, you know, get that career and go to college, you know, you probably had like big tests in college that you didn't really want to take. And you weren't like, hey, you know, I'm really excited that I don't get to go out with my friends tonight. I get to study for my test instead. You know, no, of course not. Deep inside, you're like, no, I don't want to study for this test. I want to go out with the girls tonight. Okay. In the beginning of your business, you have to kind of treat it that way. You got to kind of look at it like you're in college for Beachbody or you're in the training for your new job. And that might mean that you have to kind of put some of the other stuff away for a little while. Okay. So if you have to tell the girls, you know, a couple nights that you can't go out, or maybe you need to skip one of the binge watching Netflix shows that you watch every day, or, you know, whatever it is. And you don't have to do that forever, but if you have to make more time for your business and you're lacking time, you're having a hard time fitting that power hour in, then you might need to make some adjustments in the beginning. And you just have to remember that you're sacrificing now so you can have what you want later on. I know it's really hard, especially for those of you that work a full-time job. It's hard. It's hard to juggle both. But you just have to look at it like you're doing this business for a reason. A lot of you are probably doing this business. Yes, honey, you can write in that. A lot of you are probably doing this business so you can replace your full-time job. So in the beginning, it's going to be a little bit difficult to juggle both, and it might not always feel fun. It might feel like a lot of work. But I can tell you guys, sitting on the other side now, it's more than worth it, okay? So if you want to be a business coach, you just have to kind of decide that, you know, I'm going to treat this like a business, and you just have to find a way to incorporate it into your schedule. So whatever that means for you, okay? And what should your power hour cover? Well, it should cover your vital behaviors, okay? So whether you're splitting your power hour up or if you're putting it all together, you need to be making sure you're doing your workout every day. Guys, we are coaches. We're running online fitness groups. We have to be showing our audience that we're being a product of the product. I know a lot of people don't really like working out. It's not really their thing. If you're going to tell your challengers to do it, or you're going to tell your downline to do it, you have to be doing it, okay? So, I mean, it doesn't have to be 7 days a week. It can be 5 days a week. You know, it can be whatever works for your schedule. But make sure you're fitting it in and you're not being lazy about it, okay? So your workout needs to be done. You need to make sure you're checking in with your challengers every day. Guys, when these people sign up under you, they're signing up under you because they want your help. They're not signing up under you because they want you to make a commission off of them, okay? I mean, maybe some people do that. But these people are signing up under you because they want your help. They don't want you to be a nutritionist. They don't want you to, you know everything about working out. They don't want you to be their personal trainer. They want you to be their friend, okay? They want you to care about them. They want you to care about what's going on in their life, in their week, They want you to be there to talk to them. And so you need to be checking in with these people regularly. You need to be running online fitness groups. You know, if you're a new coach, you can run those with your upline in the beginning, but you still need to be checking into your group every day. And, you know, posting what you're doing and making sure your challengers in your group are staying on track. That takes like 10 minutes, guys. You need to be doing it, okay? You need to be posting on your social media. I know a lot of people, like if you have a full-time job and you're kind of gone like 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, or whatever your schedule is, I know it can kind of be hard to get those posts up. So if you're somebody that finds that it's just like impossible to get posts up throughout the day, you can use, there's like different apps and stuff where you can actually schedule posts. I personally don't schedule my posts because I'm more of somebody that, like, as I think of something, I put it up. But there are some times where I will think of a post and let's say, you know, I've put up too many posts for the day, or it's just not something I want to talk about that day. I'll save it somewhere and I'll make sure that I post that post later on. Okay, so you can do that. You can schedule your posts. There's ways to get it done. You just got to get it done. All right. You need to be, once you grow a team under you, you need to be checking in with your coaches, guys. That is like one of the main things I see in this business. I see that people sign up coaches under them and it's like, okay, they're a coach now. They don't need me anymore. You know, I'm a coach and I'm figuring it out so they can go figure it out too. They still need your support, even if it's something as simple as you just checking in with them, you know, once a week, or, you know, depending on how big your team is. If your team's not that big, check in with your coaches every day. You know, once your team gets to the size where you can't really check in with everybody every day, make sure you're at least checking in with those people in your team page, or you're checking in with them personally once a week. Make sure that your team knows that you're there for them and that if they need you, you're there, okay? So in your power hour, that's kind of what you want to make sure you cover. You want to make sure you're getting your vital behaviors done. Make sure you're doing your personal development. Guys, I'm the person that I get too busy all the time. I always have a million things going on in my day. And I am guilty of just saying, I can skip the personal development today, you know, and do it tomorrow. Or I've been doing this for like 4 years. I get it. You know, I know what I need to do. I don't need the pep talk. And I'm going to tell you guys that every time I put that personal development on, I have an aha moment. It doesn't matter what I'm listening to. It doesn't matter what I'm reading. Something speaks to me and makes me a better coach. It makes me a better coach, a better, just, you know, better all the way around. It just makes me better. And then it gives me tools to share with my challengers and to share with my downline. So personal development is something that gets brushed off way more than it should. That's something that you guys need to fit into your power hour. And if you're somebody like me that doesn't have like any extra time to read, I have 2 kids, one in preschool, one in kindergarten. When we're reading, it's their books, okay? I don't have time to sit down and read a book for myself anymore. So I put on audio. I'll do it. I'll put it on, like today. I was sweeping and mopping my floors, doing dishes, and I put on a Tony Robbins podcast for 30 minutes while I did that. You can do it while you're driving to work or driving home from work. There is always 30 minutes in your day somewhere where you can at least pop on an audio and listen to it, okay? So make sure you're getting that power hour done, whatever it looks like for you. Make sure you're finding that consistency, that schedule in your business, and you're really treating your business like a business. You know, and like I said, treat it like it's college, treat it like it's training, you know, treat it like it will be worth it when you're done. Okay. And then the next thing I'm going to talk to you guys about, and if you're in my or if you're my personally sponsored coach, but even in my downline, you've probably heard me talk about this. This is kind of my thing. So it was probably about 2 years ago. I was sitting there and I'm like, I got to figure something out. Like, I'm so overwhelmed. I feel like I have coaches and customers all over the place. I forget to check in with people. I don't know how to keep track of everybody. I was trying to like do it on my phone, like keep notes in my phone, and trying to do it like on the computer and just different stuff. And it just wasn't working for me. So finally it clicked for me. And it was to go back to the old school binder and dividers technique. I'm talking like literally a binder with loose leaf paper and a pen and a pencil. And that is what works for me. I feel like there's a reason they taught us that in school. Technology is great, but I feel like if I'm using too much technology, I get overwhelmed. So bringing it back to the basics of just the binder dividers is what works for me. Sure. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys what I have in my binder, how I use it, and this is how I keep track of my entire business. Okay, so the first section, now, okay, so these subjects, these dividers and sections might seem kind of redundant. It's just what works for me. If it feels too redundant for you guys, feel free to change these sections into whatever you want them to be. But I'm just going to tell you what I do. So the first one is current coaches. I meant to make slides for you guys. Sorry, I ran out of time today. But it's current coaches. That is where I keep all of my coaches written down. Again, I write them down. That's just what I do. You guys can easily type them up or print them out, whatever you want to do. But what I do is I separate my coaches from my left leg and my right leg. This way, I have everything in my binder. If I know that I'm signing a coach and I need to do placement or change something different, I can just open my binder and know where everybody sits. I don't have to try to go into my Coach Online office and all that. I keep track of what leg they're on. I keep track of the coaches that are active. I keep track of the coaches that are going inactive. I keep track of the coaches that really want to build this business. I keep track of the ones that I see actually doing things to build their business. And I just use that section to really keep track of my personally sponsored team and what's going on with them. The next section is current customers. It's actually missing a section here. I wrote them all down today. Okay, current customers. These are people who have either signed up for me with a free membership, or they've gone on and so they've signed up under me for a free membership and never ordered anything, but they're under me, they're my customer. Or they've gone on and they've ordered like a program by itself, or like the 3-day refresh or something like that, or Energize. I have a lot of people that go on and just order Energize at first. So anybody like that goes in my customers list. So these are people that I can look at the list right away and I can know that these are people that are either signed up under me or they've ordered product, but they've never been in a challenge group, okay? So when I look at this list of people, I know that I need to get these people converted to a challenge group. They need to become a challenger, okay? The next list is leads, okay? If you don't know what leads are yet, it is free customers that Beachbody gives you. There are Success Club 5 leads and Success Club 10 leads, and what happens is when you hit Emerald and you hit Success Club every month, Beachbody gives you leads, okay? These people just get signed up under you for free. You become their coach. That's where I put all these people. Because I want to just separate the leads, the people I didn't know that came into my market, from my market of people I know. And then I also, this is where I keep all their information. I'll keep their email, I'll keep their phone number, I'll keep it right there in that section. So again, I don't have to log into my back office. Because here's what happens with your leads and your customers. They all get grouped together. Okay, so if you're trying to go through, and trying to look for a lead or something, you have everybody grouped together in there. It just helps me to keep everybody separate. Then that way I also, hold on guys, 1 second. Okay, quiet or go in the other room. That way too, I can also keep track if I wasn't able to make contact with these leads, they didn't respond, I can keep track of that, and that way I can know later on I need to go back and I need to try to make contact with them again, okay? Then the next category is current challengers. Now, you might end up with people being moved from category to category, and that's okay. So current challengers are people who are currently active in your challenge groups. They're, you know, in a challenge group right now, or they were in one last month and they're waiting for you to do the next one, whatever it is. Again, I like to just have everything in my binder. That way, if I'm, you know, going somewhere, I'm going on vacation or something, all I have to do is bring my binder with me, and I know that I have everybody in there, and it just helps me know, like, that my life is under control and I have it all figured out in my binder. So current challengers, I like to keep track of them, because that way I know, like, okay, this is who's in the group right now. Like, this is who I'm responsible to make sure they're getting results right now. And then you can also keep notes. Like, I like to keep notes, you know, so-and-so is struggling with this. So-and-so is giving up soda for this challenge. You know, make sure to check in and see how she's doing with that. Make sure to give her tips on how to give up soda. You know, at the end of this challenge, so-and-so is having surgery. Remember to check in with her about that. Whatever it is, you can just keep notes about your challengers. Make sure that, you know, you show them that you're paying attention to what's going on in their life and you know what's happening with them. This is your last warning. Last warning. Go in his room. Take your stuff in his room. Okay, so that is it for the current people. The next list, this is something that I hear a lot of coaches say, like, I don't have anybody in my market, or I don't have a lot of friends. Like, I don't have a lot of potentials. And this is kind of an assignment that I have everybody do from the get-go. And what I want you guys to do is I want you to go through your entire Facebook friends list, your entire Instagram list, whatever you're using, whatever you have. Go through the contacts in your phones. If you have email contacts, go through those people. If you have a big family, go through all your relatives. Whoever you could possibly make contact with, I want you to have those people listed out. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go through, and anybody who is not actively involved with Beachbody, meaning that they are not currently in a challenge group or working with a coach that you know of, you're going to write them down in the next category. And the next category is challenger potentials. Okay? So everybody is a potential. I know one of the biggest hangups with new coaches is that they're like, there's no way that person would ever sign up. I'm telling you right now, I know 110% that person would never sign up. They hate Beachbody, or, you know, they tried Shakeology from a friend and it made them vomit. There's so many people that you're like, nope, they would never do it. And I'm going to tell you guys that I have had so many people join under me as challengers and coaches that I never in a million years thought would sign up under me. So if they are not actively involved with Beachbody, they are a potential, and you need to write their name down. There's something about actually writing somebody's name down and looking at it on a regular basis. First of all, it kind of puts them in your head, but then we're going to do another activity with that. Okay, so anybody who's not actively involved, challenger potential. Okay, next subject is coach potentials. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to take anybody from your challenger potentials list, or anybody from your leads list, or anybody from your current customers list, anybody that you feel like you would want as a coach on your team. I don't care if you feel like they would never join as a coach. Remember, that doesn't matter. We're not thinking about that. If there's anybody that you feel like there's a little piece of you that would want them on your team, I want you to write them down in that category. Okay? So challenger potentials and coach potentials. You need to write all those people down and put them in there. Or if you are more like modern day, unlike me, like old school, type them out, okay? Whatever you want to do, whatever works for you, but get those people on a list. And then what you're going to do is during your power hour or whatever part of your day you get to work on your business, you're going to pull out your binder and you are going to look at your challenger potentials and you are going to look at your coach potentials. And as you're doing your inviting and you're on your social media, making contact, which inviting is a whole nother category that we will talk about. But basically, you guys are building relationships. That's the point of what you're doing, okay? No, go out there. So as you are, you're making me lose my train of thought. I only have a few more minutes. No, not right now. So as you're building these relationships, you want to make sure that you are focusing on these potentials and that you are building a relationship with these people and you are figuring out a way to talk to these people and to just bring them into your life, basically. You're not slinging challenge packs to them. You're not messaging people, you know, right away and saying, hey, like, you're going to be a coach on my team. You can do that. That's one method of inviting, but I'm not telling you guys you have to do that. What I'm telling you is that you need to make sure you're focused on these people and you're building relationships with them and you're keeping them in your market because when the day comes that they decide to sign up for Beachbody, because they will, you want the person that's on their mind to be you. You want them to know that, you know, you're a passionate Beachbody coach. Whether you've had the success that you want or not, you're passionate about it. You're going somewhere. You're serious about this. You're on track. And when they think about signing up for Beachbody, you want to make sure that you're that person that pops into their head. Okay? So keep track of those people and build relationships with those people. Then the last section is no's or not right nows. Because no's just mean not right now, okay? You're going to have people that give you no's in a roundabout way. You're going to have people that give you no's filled with excuses. You know, I don't have the money right now, or, you know, I'm just not ready, or whatever it is. You might even have people that flat out tell you that they hate Beachbody and everything that's involved with Beachbody, they hate Shakeology. So many coaches get discouraged when they hear that and they automatically write those people off. And I'm going to tell you guys that that's a big mistake because I've been in this business for so long that I've seen it totally come around full circle. And I know multiple coaches, multiple successful coaches who hated Beachbody before they ever started. Okay, so if you have somebody tell you no, even if it's like a mean flat out no, or if it's a not right now, put them in that section and keep track of why they told you no. You know, what was their reason? Keep track of when you want to check in with them again. If they told you, like, I hate you, don't ever message me, you might want to wait a little while before you check back in with them. But if they told you, you know, I can't afford it right now, you know, we're tight on money because of Halloween or something, you know, then you want to remember to check back in with them next month. Get off me. And then the last section is, we're running low on time, so I got to hurry this up. The last section is miscellaneous. And that is a place where I just pretty much keep track of like all the miscellaneous stuff. I have 10 minutes left on this call. I need you to get out of here before I close you out of it and I lock the door. Is that what you want me to do? You cannot look in there right now. So miscellaneous is just like I said, if I have post ideas that I want to make sure I get up and I want to make sure I don't forget them, I'll put them in that section. I also like to keep track of like free group ideas. So if I get ideas about like different free groups I want to run, I'll jot them down because I obviously can't run them all at the same time. You can keep track of, you know, like certain dates or, you know, whatever you want to keep track of. Whatever you want that tab to be is what that tab can be. And I forgot, the very first page of your binder should be your goals, okay? So when I open my binder, the very first page is my goals. And it's not my, my dream board. It's not like my goals for a year from now. It's my like immediate goals. So what am I aiming for in the next month? What am I aiming for, you know, before January 1st? And I have those all written down specifically. Because when you look at your goals every single day, you're more likely to achieve them. So very first page of your binder should be your goals and what you're going after. And then have those subjects after that. If the binder method doesn't work for you, there's a lot of other methods. There is the ABC method, which I know Jenna Schaefer uses. It's basically where you go through your Facebook friends list in alphabetical order, and you build relationships that way. There's a video on it I'll try to find for you guys and share later in the group. You can use Excel. A lot of people like to actually have it like in a document. You can use that. Jessica Robinson does something really cool with her binder. She takes those like little color tabs, like Post-it note tabs, and she actually like organizes her binder. Like she'll organize like who she, you know, talked to, or she'll keep certain notes, like she'll write notes on them and keep them under her customers. That's something you can do in your binder so you're not always scratching out or erasing. And then there's actually like a website called Teamzy. It's Teamzy. I think there's also another one that's free. I don't remember the name of it, but there's stuff like that if that's what works for you. Me personally, I get overwhelmed with that kind of stuff. I don't like to sit at a computer and do it. I just like to have it in my binder. But if you feel like the binder method doesn't work for you, there's all that kind of stuff that you can do. So this is gonna cut me off. Oh, we still have 6 minutes. The last thing I wanted to talk about is not getting overwhelmed and staying organized with your posting. So one thing that I see a lot of coaches do is I see a lot of coaches start out and right away they kind of get away from the basics. So they start out on their personal Facebook page and then they're like, okay, I got to start a like page. All right, I got to build a website. Okay, I need to get my Instagram going. I'm going to join Snapchat. Somebody said that, you know, what's the other one? I don't even know the other one. Somebody said that that's really good right now, so I need to make sure I get on that. And before you know it, they're a brand new coach using 10 different platforms, and they haven't even gotten their first coach announcement coming out post put up on their Facebook. And if you guys can use different platforms and you can stay organized on all of them, then that is awesome. I mean, the more platforms you use, the more reach you get. But when it becomes a problem is when you're trying to use all these different platforms and you're getting away from the basics on the regular platforms. I feel like Facebook is, as of right now, it is one of the best places to grow your business. I have grown my entire business in the last almost 4 years on my personal Facebook page. I have a Facebook like page that I've gotten a few customers off of. I am kind of all over the place on that page sometimes. My entire business has been grown on my personal Facebook page. So you guys need to make sure if you're using different platforms, you are using them all to the best ability. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but you are using them the best way you can. You're doing everything you can on that platform, okay? You need to make sure that you're getting your posts up on your Facebook page. You're covering the 5 things that make you you, and you're posting about that consistently. If you're posting on your personal page and you're forgetting to post the next day, or you're taking 2 days off, you're posting every other day, you shouldn't be on anything else yet, okay? Unless you're posting on Instagram every day. But my point is, if you are posting on your personal page every other day, if you're posting on Instagram once a week and you're posting on your like page once a month, you're not doing yourself any good. You need to make sure whatever platform you're using, you are using it consistently and you're using it to the best of your ability. And then if you feel like you've kind of mastered one and you've got it under control, and you know you've got it figured out and you're not overwhelmed with it, then you can move on to the next one, okay? But don't jump around from platform to platform all over the place inconsistently, because you're just going to get overwhelmed, and then you're going to start telling yourself, oh, I can't get anybody, like no, nothing's happening. And it's because you have no consistency behind your name and behind your business, because they're not seeing any consistency anywhere. So as a new coach, or even an old coach, if you're getting back in it or whatnot, find like 1 to 2 platforms and master those, okay? Really stick to those. I definitely recommend your personal Facebook page to be at least one of those platforms. It's filled with your warm market, and it's really easy to just friend request people and get them into your market and really build those relationships. It's where you can run all your challenge groups through. It's a place where you can have your leads connect to you and find you on Facebook. So definitely use Facebook. And your personal page is good because people want to see you on a personal level. They don't want to just see the health and fitness you. They want to see all of you. Okay? So that is pretty much all I wanted to cover tonight. We'll cover some more subjects on these weekly calls. I'm also going to get some other speakers on here for you guys. If you have any questions for me, don't ask them now because they're going to cut off. But just feel free to post them in the Team Desire to Inspire page on the post about the call. If you have any questions about the binder or anything I talked about. And hopefully you guys got something from it. And I hope all of you have a great night. And I'll be talking to you next week. Bye.